Let's get into this. Notes, light, camera, audio. There we go. Short films can be defined as a visual and auditory piece of work that's typically under 40 minutes. This arbitrary number was come up seemingly at random when works around the start of the 20th century were more commonly pushing the hour threshold. But as we know them today, short films are usually those little 5 to 15 minute things you see on YouTube that explore a weird concept or an interesting film technique that can be used as a prerequisite for making something longer or just as a standalone thing. They're more than often quite low budget, if any budget at all, and are made by independent creators or a tiny group of people who just want to make something nice. But really anything can be classed as a short film. If you've shot and cut together a skit ever, short film. If you've taken a video of a drunk friend on a night out, that's a short film. If you're ever trying to take a selfie and accidentally start recording yourself, short film. And because of how simple short films can be to create, they're quite commonly used in film classes to teach students about what it's like to go through every process of making something. But in these classes, they're quite commonly just a practicing tool to develop their skills and whatever, rather than actually making a magnum opus. And in my 22.4 years on this earth, I've seen a lot of short films and few really hold my attention. And this is one that did that. After seeing it, I was in awe and stunned silence and overwhelmed with raw emotion that I couldn't do anything to do but rewind and watch it again. And then I think maybe again. And what I'm talking about is Life After Larry. Imagine, if you will, it's the 20th of December, 2023, and I was browsing YouTube and then something caught my gaze. Through all the sea of brightly coloured thumbnails and celebrity propaganda sat a quaint little video that just said, Life After Larry, the full story. It was less than a week old, it had less than 20, 30 views, and if I knew what was going to come next, I never would have watched it. I have asked more people than I can count on two hands to watch this. Friends, loved ones, co-workers, anyone. This is my final and only spoiler warning I'm giving. The link, it's at the top of the description. I beg you go into this blind, have zero expectations, know zero about it, just as I did, because that is the best way to view this film. If you carry on, you'll know too much, and you'll never have the opportunity to see it with fresh eyes. Slight trigger warning for death, homophobia, adultery, and making every other film you see in the next month to be inferior. Okay, you've been warned. Here we go. The start 3.5 minutes was like watching The Shining for the first time. I was absolutely locked into the story. What a fucking masterpiece this was. As you can tell, the visual style that they chose to go with is the first thing that popped out to me. The equipment they used seems completely just stripped from a time gone. And they chose to film in these vacant, bland art sets, which gives a real feel of uneasiness. And their performances were so unhuman, and the, some say, overuse of ADR just makes you seem like you're watching what aliens would think a human movie was like. The absolutely haunting synths that play throughout, I think, almost the entirety of the film just kept me in and didn't let up at all. I'd be remiss if I didn't single out my absolute favourite moment.
I don't feel sorry.
Beautiful. There was a real lack of continuity between shot to shot, and it gave like a dreamlike quality to it. But a dream like you're sitting on a uncomfortable chair and your eyelids are made of knives and you're in an endless fire and you forgot how to fucking breathe. I felt like I was watching Possum for the first time again, but without all the creepy fucking puppets and the kidnapping and Okay, it was nothing like Possum, but you get the idea. I was so engrossed into this story, but then the tape runs out and then you're just left to think, what the fuck was that? But then...
Hello, my name is Rhiannon Pickstone.
I have never felt so completely thrown through a loop by something so simple. You're then sat watching a documentary made 25 years after whatever you just watched, and they're recounting it and talking about it as this insane masterpiece. Watching the remainder of it, you learn so much about the behind the scenes of the real film, from the bare bones sets, the soundtracks, the on-set beef they had. When you learn about the real life death of Bernard, the actor for Larry, when you rewatch it, it's impossible to not feel this intense sense of irony. How it ends not in a happy way, but in a conflicted way, where Larry comes back, but in this world, Larry doesn't come back. This incited a bunch of fan theories about whether Larry actually did die and then miraculously came back, or he was faking it all along for his parents to get back together. But I have an exciting conclusion, and I got an answer to that. IMDb describes Life After Larry as a story of an award-winning student film about a title character, Larry, and his family struggles with class. After which the cast and crew come together 25 years after the film's major success, talk about how much their lives have changed after the original release. This, to be honest, pretty bad description of the short film does it such a disservice, so I decided to reach out to one of the biggest stars that were in it to get a true opinion and real feeling of what it was like on the set of Life After Larry. But after Benji didn't take any of my calls, I got Lydia. Disclaimer before I play it, I am not a professional interviewer. She only gave me about 3-4 minutes of her time. She also told me explicitly not to record or write down any of my answers, and don't you dare post these without my permission. So if you're hearing this, no you're not, because this is almost definitely libel. If I could just take a couple minutes of your time, I have some questions to ask.
Okay.
I have 5 questions. Question 1. What can you tell me about the production of Life of Larry?
What, like, how it was made?
What was the experience like?
Fun. A lot of it was improv. We did, like, one session where we wrote a script. We did one session where we kind of met up and talked about what we were going to do, but, like, the rest of it was pretty much entirely improv, like, finding the set for it.
Okay, amazing. Are you still in touch with any of the cast?
Yeah, I'm still in touch with all the cast members, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you say your life has changed after Larry? Pardon the pun.
A tiny bit, I guess, because sometimes when I'm at university, someone will bring it up and mention me, or like, I know when we first made it, a lot of people were talking about it, and different people in the group were showing people, and I had a few people come up to me and be like, "What's this Life After Larry thing?" Or they're like, "Oh my god, you're in Life After Larry."
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit of a fan theory. A little fan theory I've cooked up. But in Life After Larry, Larry dies and then comes back at the end. Did he die, or did he fake his death to keep his parents together?
He died, and it's going to be made into a second film, which was Larry in Brooklyn, Attack Manhattan. It had a few different names, working title, but he got beat to death by hooligans in downtown Blackpool.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Well, anywho, what's next for you?
Next for me, I'm working on 2 scripts at the minute. One about and the other about a deaf girl in a nuclear bunker.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. Dylan, what is this for?
Well, I'll leave you to it. Have a great rest of your shift.
Alright, thanks, Dylan.
Bye.
Alright, love you, bye.
Love you, bye. That was Lydia Barris on Life After Larry. I'm not here to convince you that Life After Larry is an outstanding piece of cinema and it should be revered and worshipped as much as I'm saying, but I just wanted to express my sincere thoughts and sincere appreciation on what I believe is a truly underrated piece of art. I like it, so why would I not want others to as well? And I just want to get more eyes on it because more stuff like this might be made if stuff like this grows in success. Thank you to everyone involved in this, and especially thank you to Lydia Barris for taking your time out of your busy Wilco's schedule. Hope you had a good day. Rest in peace. This video took way too long to make out of simply no reason but sheer procrastination on my part. Like I said, I watched it first in 2023. I first wrote the script like at the start of 2024. I recorded that about 5 months ago and I've only just finished editing it on the 1st of June 2025. My hair's basically like doubled in length from the video even. But it's done now. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'm happy with it. But it's done either way. Thank you for watching. Whatever. On an uncomfortable chair and your eyelids. I'm gonna sneeze. But a dream like your